for audience, for this to be under 80%, it is a little troubling for the performance that this film is going to have overall. And actually, this is the better one that I wanted to show because it puts it all together. All right. Let's dig into this Jurassic World. So first off, we're seeing the B cinema score. How bad is that? That's just over Jurassic Park 3, which most people agree Jurassic Park 3 was probably the worst of all Jurassic films. Though I say, well, I don't know. Dominion was pretty terrible to me, and Fallen Kingdom, to be quite honest. But anyway, this is a low cinema score. Cinema score, if it's under B plus, that affects the word of mouth. Word of mouth pretty much affects, are people going to, pass it over to their friends and family, and do they show up Saturday and Sunday to round out the weekend? That's the question right now. And we got an article. We'll talk about the returns of the first day of Jurassic World. If you have a lower than B plus cinema score, you want to have a front loaded opening so you can absorb maybe a 60% drop is likely what this film is going to do. So if they make 100 million for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then it's going to make about 40 million next weekend. And like I said, with Rotten Tomatoes, the audience score, I thought it'd be low 80s. I didn't expect less than 80. So what happened here? So with horror films, usually horror films have lower cinema score because they kill off someone you didn't like in the film or something like that, right? This is more of a, action horror, suspense type of film. I haven't seen Jurassic World yet, but since it's below B plus, that means a few things happen in this film that the hardcore audience didn't like. That's what this represents. Now, I heard about the opening, and they said the first like 30 minutes is kind of all over the place. So this may just be kind of a messy film overall. We'll see. I mean, I still have to see it for myself. Yeah, so B plus. Let me explain this again, just so because I don't know if I have to repeat myself with this. Any cinema score under a B plus is not a good thing. So that means if you have a B plus, that's the actual lowest you would want. If you have a B plus cinema score, you better have a front loaded opening. Minecraft opened to 130 million. Jurassic World will not. So there you go. That formula still remains. So this is under B plus. So this isn't good. This isn't good for the performance of the film. So let's get into what they're saying about the numbers. Because now it's about, you got to kind of dress this up as best as possible. I'm still here. I'm still here. You got to dress this up as best as possible. You got Mad Max in the chat. Very disappointed. Which is a B cinema score. I'm going to see it after work. Really looking forward to it. I'm going to check it out. I mean, from people that I heard from who saw it, they was like, it's a big, dumb popcorn film. And that's all I'm expecting. You know what I mean? That's all I'm expecting from this film. But it just seemed like the word of mouth is not going to be there. They say they like the cast, ScarJo and Mahershala Ali. So I'm like, okay. But it just may be some creative choices in this film that they didn't like, that the audience, the initial audience didn't like. So yeah, so it's a B cinema score. If it was a B plus, then they probably could claw their way out of this one. But this may take a hit. And I'm at the point now, this is what I would say for this 5-day total, I'm going to take the under of that 128. Because again, 140 is not the number. I'm going to take the under. but it's saying it made 28 million Wednesday. And again, it started midnight. Then you had the whole day of screening. So they front loaded this film as best as they could. I love Gareth Edwards. Yeah, I'm hoping it would make the dinosaurs scary again. Yeah, we'll see. Mahershala Ali don't have a lot of screen time. Well, that's not a good sign. I may go to a Tuesday $5 show then. $5 Tuesdays for Jurassic World. So this is smart on the business side. Front load this as much as possible. So let's start at midnight and have as many screens as possible so we can have this headline 28 million Wednesday. Great. Okay. 128 opening. Cool. 5-day. And they had Tuesday previews as well. Okay. They front load the heck out of this film. So they had tracking. I'm sure they had tracking. Again, all this stuff is analytics with a lot of these execs. And so they got ahead of this film as much as they could. And internationally, I'll give it like, let's say if it makes 400 million internationally, this film still could be fighting to get 700 million global total. That's where I'm at with this. They focus on a random family. Yeah, it's something the audience didn't like. And again, this ain't the first cinema score we've covered on this channel. So like I said, I know people go off their feelings a lot, but this isn't good. Right. But the numbers, hey, it could be some anomalies out there where somehow they overcome the word of mouth. I've never seen it happen yet. Unless you have, again, like a Minecraft type opening. This film is not. Let me put this back into context for people because I don't know if this is getting through. This 128 number, this 5-day total, Minecraft did that in 3 days. So I'm hoping we're understanding this. Fantastic Four and Superman is projected to do what they are trying to do in 5 days. They're going to do it in 3 days. Or maybe I should clip that. Then I could just play that clip when people throw out random numbers. Says this is a respectable opening day for the holiday. A bit higher than Despicable Me 4. I wonder if they had midnight showings. They turned a 3-day 75 million, 5-day 122.6. So right now they're saying, oh, this is even lower. They're saying the 3-day total is going to be less than 80. Yeah, this is lower than I thought. I didn't even read that one before I started that because I was going off of the Box Office Pro said 80 to 100. I was trying to give it 90 for 3 days. It's going to be less than 80. And it could be, like I said, it pretty much be that because the word of mouth, they probably already factored it in. It says the swing factor here is July 4th falling on a Friday. The day alone is typically an off day for the box office. Oh, wow. The last time Independence Day fell on a Friday was July 4th, 2014, with most movies in the top 10 seeing a hike in their daily box office, while the top movie, Transformers Age of Extinction, dipped 28%, blah, blah, blah. Well, yeah, it's no doubt Superman's going to trounce this next weekend. That's not even a question at this point. So according to them, if this number is truly 80, if they, because of, again, the word of mouth's not going to be there, they're going to hope the nostalgia brings people to theaters. I'm going to go see this still. I mean, like I said, I like the trailers and the clips that I saw. people that I talk to, they say they just kind of turn your brain off and go watch it. I don't know if that's the best advice in life, but um, if the number truly is under 80, this is gonna, because of the cinema score. Let me throw this back up here. This is gonna have a 60% drop or more, but let's just say 60% to be nice, right? If your number is 80 and you're dropping 60%, that means you're making like 30 next weekend domestically. So even if it has a good international run, this film is going to be struggling to get to 600 or 700 million. And sometimes it takes some of these shakeups. Now, I'm gonna tell you the headlines Monday and Tuesday. Oh, theaters theaters are dead again. Well, you just had Sinners, you just had Minecraft in the same month. It's not that theaters are dead, it's just that this may not be a good film, to be quite honest with you, but the audience is saying it. We'll see. But theaters ain't all of a sudden dead again. It's just this may not be a good entry overall, but I'm gonna see it for myself. I'm gonna see it for myself for Jurassic World overall. Yeah, Despicable Me, good data, good calm data from Shin after we changed the subject. Despicable Me 4, which was the comp, right? Now again, Jurassic World Rebirth, I didn't even know they were gonna have midnight showings. I'm sure Despicable Me didn't have midnight showings. So Jurassic World had more screenings, and they're trying to, again, front load this as much as possible. So, which is smart business wise. And that word of mouth, that's the qualifier with all these films. So that's a theme we're going to have going forward now. This was the first presentation. That's why this threw me off, because Box Office Pro yesterday was saying 80 to 100. So I'm thinking, okay. Then that article said maybe be less than 80. That's wild. That's wild right there. Didn't see that coming. So now overall, I think the budget of Jurassic World is that what, 180, I believe, is the budget. So I think it's going to still make a profit. It's just not winning the summer like we all thought it was a couple months ago. Like I was, some of us was just like people still talking now, like, oh, it always does good. Those numbers wasn't showing this past month. I've been coming with these streams, punching the mic. And I've been talking to people and exhibitors that do this every day. So when 3 weeks ago I was saying this is tracking behind its predecessors and definitely behind Fantastic Four and Superman, that's lined up and is actually doing worse than we thought. So now we're going to look at the forecast going into next week.